Thank you, President Keith, for your warm welcome. I'm so happy to be here today. I was honored when asked to be the commencement speaker for not just one, but two graduating classes. Like many commencement speakers, my first thought was, what would I say? What could an old dude like me say to all of you that might be meaningful? It's my hope that I can add value to your lives by sharing some lessons I learned outside of the classroom. Before I proceed, I'd like to extend a heartfelt congratulations to you, the graduating classes of Goldey-Beacom College 2020 and 2021. Each of you has persevered to earn your degree during a global pandemic. Few graduating classes can say that. It's impressive to finish school, manage a career, and raise a family pre-COVID. COVID simply raised your level of difficulty, and hopefully it sweetened the accomplishment. This past year has been a great reset for many of us. We've had to rethink what matters most. And I know now we look back on how much of daily life we simply took for granted. Which makes me think that each of you has been presented with a unique opportunity. Unlike previous classes, you know that nothing is guaranteed. And that perspective of appreciation, respect, and gratitude can go a long way in a world that needs kindness and empathy now more than ever. I'm sure most of you would agree that graduating wouldn't have been possible without your support network. Be sure to thank those who supported you along the way, your family, your friends, and the faculty of Goldey-Beacom. Let me share a bit about why I'm here with you all today. I'm a Delawarean and a fourth-generation entrepreneur. I'm an expert in what I would call the workforce and workplace realities. This is all things jobs and careers, hiring and trends. And my family has a long history of being a coach to the workforce and being a consultant to our customers who need help finding and figuring out all of you talented employees. Placers has helped many Goldey-Beacom students with their next career move over the last 50 years. I once taught a human resources class at Goldey-Beacom, and I had a rule. If you're late, you sing. Not just any old song, but I'm a little teapot. I'm a little teapot, short and stout, that one. I'm sure many students thought I was crazy, maybe just as you do now. But by the end of the semester, I'm a Little Teapot was done Shakespeare in a dramatic style. It was turned into a rap song. It was even turned into a pop tune. There's lesson number one, be on time or you might have to sing. All jokes aside, my journey with Goldey-Beacom started over 15 years ago with my friend Pat Bueller. She asked me to share my business ideas and leadership story in Goldey-Beacom's classrooms and in entrepreneurial clubs. I would tell the truth, share insights, and much to my surprise, I kept being invited back again and again. Now, years later, I'd like to thank Dr. Bueller for her inspiration and support to so many in the Goldey community. She got me and many others in Delaware excited about what she was doing in her classroom, and in return, real business leaders and stories were shared with all of you. Best wishes to you, Pat, in your retirement. So what would your life be like if you had no limits? Imagine what you could achieve. And how ahead in life would you be? Imagine if you could close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. I would understand if you have doubts about this concept, but I can assure you it's why I'm here giving this talk. We are all knowledge workers in a knowledge economy. And this is much more than me being an entrepreneur who started a business from nothing, proclaiming that you can do anything you put your mind to. This is knowing that most of our reasons for not doing things are in our heads. And those reasons are reinforced by life and the ones that love and protect us. We grow up thinking and understanding that there's a governor in our life. Those who love us and those who teach us do so by protecting us. And they keep us from failing or falling down. This happens so much by the time you get to where you are in your life, there are nothing but limitations. The system teaches us not to take risks because there is security and comfort in the status quo. Yet taking risks, asking for the job, going for the promotion, doing things against the grain, getting uncomfortable, that's where the reward comes from. I'm not saying that those around us have failed you. They have loved and protected you for all the right reasons. We move within each expected step of life, achieve each advancement from grade to grade. We go from university to jobs and jobs to promotions. without ever knowing who we are. It's critical to know who you are and what you stand for and what you want, as life is going to come at you fast and furious. And knowing who you are will make it much easier to deflect or fend off what isn't for you. And when you know yourself, it's abundantly clear when a situation fits you too. When we're young, we're cheered on by the world. Every smile, step, word, or drawing. As we age, we start to hear the word no. No, you can't do this, or no, you can't do that. Our family, school, or employer think we should follow a particular path. Be sure the path you follow is the one you want. Don't let the world decide it for you. You might find yourself being the one saying no. You might want to go for the big job, but you tell yourself that you would never get it. Or you'd like to start your own business, but you tell yourself no because you don't have the necessary capital. Don't create barriers and limitations because it's safe. Take risks. You might fail, but you might also succeed. And it's better to risk and fail than never have tried. I know the last thing you want to hear on your graduation day is that you have one more assignment. But the one I'm about to give you should come naturally. It's a 3-part study of you. So how do you get started with the study of you? First, I would ask that you focus on simply learning about yourself. Daily life will present many opportunities and obstacles that will challenge you. Put in the time to get clear on who you are and what you want and need in life. This is hard stuff, especially when we are programmed to overschedule ourselves just to simply survive all of our life to-dos. We don't block our calendars to work on ourselves, even though spending time on yourself is an important investment. And few of us know how to do it. We just keep running, trying to keep up with life. So where can you begin? Block time. Ask yourself who you are. What do you stand for? What do you believe in? What are your values? Don't answer these questions based on what others think of you. What matters to you? I challenge you to spend an hour or a day on you. The next stop on the study of you is defining what success means to you. You've earned the degree, so what's next? At face value, the definition of success can feel pretty narrow. Growing up, many of us are told to be successful, we need to go to college, land a well-paying job, work up that ladder of success. You need raises, you need retirement, and then you retire with a big nest egg. If you notice, we're always chasing the next phase of life. We'll be happy when we get to the next level. I've spent most of my life planning and working to achieve my next goal, and then the next one, and so on. For a very long time, I believed the more I got done, the more I achieved, the more successful I was. Don't get me wrong, working hard helped me become good at what I do. I gained the gift of knowledge and expertise. I think I grew into a pretty good leader, and years of burning the midnight oil shaped me into the person I am today. Yet this approach came at a sacrifice of just about everything else in my life: family, friends, health, and hobbies. This part certainly did not make me happy. Ask yourself if success is simply a measure of how much you've accomplished in any given day, week, or month. Or is success a measure of how much money you make? Or is success chasing each job, promotion, or bonus? Defining success is incredibly personal. Just make sure that if your definition of success is the next rung up on the ladder, that you know what you will sacrifice along the way. This brings me to your next lesson in the study of you. Continue to learn and grow. Knowledge is powerful and it leads to results, and it builds confidence and self-esteem. Today's world needs knowledge workers. The pace of business is too fast for bosses to make all the decisions. The more you know, the more comfortable you will be making the decisions you'll need to make in life and in business. So if you remember only one thing, 1 year, 5 years, or 20 years from today, I want it to be this. Your life is going to be busy, and time will go by in a flash. Jobs, families, friends, birthday parties, and anniversaries will all rush on past. I'm asking you to think differently about yourself. Work on yourself. Know who you are. Know what you stand for, and most importantly, understand what makes you happy. And be clear on how you define success. And every now and again, ponder the question, What would my life be like if I had no limits? It's all in your head. Again, congratulations to the graduating classes of Goldey-Beacom College 2020 and 2021.